Am I still detained?
No, I'm releasing you.
Okay.
Yes, you're detained. I need to obtain your details, please.
So, what, you've released me, but I'm re-detained, or? So, what are you doing?
You are being detained.
For what?
For using...
I'm allowed to fly over. So, you break it?
I'm gonna check that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna break it. I need 2 officers.
I'm not going anywhere.
I have apprehended the male who's using the drone.
I'm not going to run away. Can you let go of my hand?
Outside of Severn Trent.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
I'm staying here.
That's alright, thank you. Can I put a handcuffs on?
I've already... is it necessary?
Yes, it is.
I'm not going to go anywhere. I'll sit down if you want.
No, not necessary. Yes, yes.
I've already spoke to your colleagues today already about this.
Have you?
Yes.
I don't know that.
Okay. Well, you maybe should find that out before you put me in handcuffs, because you'll be liable for a claim if so.
I
All right.
need to. I told you you're detained.
Okay. I'm not going to run away.
Okay.
I'm not going to run.
I'm still handcuffing you.
I've got the drone in my hand.
Could you please pass it to somebody else?
Can I put it in my bag?
You can.
Thank you. Officer, before you carry on with the handcuffing, I've actually spoke to 2 colleagues around the corner about this already.
Right.
Filming and droning today.
I need
right.
one additional.
So I'm not going to run away. I'm making a video. Can you let her know to take that off?
Right.
I'm happy to talk to you.
Right, yeah. If
But just handcuff off.
fine. Right, just listen to what I'm saying.
Handcuff off, please. Okay, you're opening yourself up for a claim.
From the very first seconds, this officer appears to skip the most important part of policing, establishing the facts. Instead of asking a single question about what DJ is doing or why he's there, she goes straight to handcuffs, despite there being no obvious attempt to flee or resist. Handcuffs are not a routine starting point. They should only be used where they're necessary and proportionate. For example, to prevent violence, escape, or interference with evidence. She then calls for more officers, escalating the situation even further. And when DJ explains he'd already spoken to other officers who said he was fine to fly there, she simply dismisses it instead of checking whether that's true.
Tell your colleague to take the handcuffs off. It's not necessary. I'm not going to run away.
That's fine.
I'm making a video today.
Right. Which other colleagues did you speak to?
I'll explain. Take the handcuffs off. I'll sit down with you if you want.
I'm not taking the handcuffs off.
It's not illegal to fly the drone over here. You know that, don't you? It's not illegal.
Well, I'll find out.
Okay, fair enough.
I have the power to make reasonable inquiries.
Yeah, that's fine. Handcuffs are necessary. I'm not going to run away. I haven't resisted or anything.
I haven't put them on.
I'm clearly making a video. Yeah, but your colleagues put them on.
So that's up to my colleague.
Every second I'm in these is obviously for you guys going to cost, because I will claim. Take them off. I'll sit down.
Yes, yes, overheard.
That's my colleague. She's put them on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you happy to take them off?
They've been
I'll happily explain what I'm doing.
They've been applied.
Take the handcuffs off, please. Thank you.
Do you understand why we're doing what we do?
No.
Okay.
DJE repeatedly tells her he's not going anywhere. Yet she insists on keeping the handcuffs on without pointing to any specific risk that would make them necessary. Then when he correctly points out that flying a drone is not by itself a criminal offence, her response is simply that she'll find out. That's an astonishing admission, because police powers should follow reasonable suspicion of an offence, not be used while officers work out whether one exists. The decision to finally remove the cuffs only reinforces that point. Asking, "Do you understand why we're doing what we do?" isn't a legal justification, it's an appeal for agreement. The law requires officers to justify restrictions on someone's liberty with objective grounds, not expect the public to accept them on trust.
When you run out, like you have, out of control, put these on. You panicked.
Out of control.
You have a little bit. Your colleagues didn't do that.
Yes.
Come out, ask the male what they're doing, and if I don't give you a reasonable explanation, then you need to act.
You should be aware that
It's gonna
officers can be vary.
go and get those in the shot as well.
Officers can be vary of the surveillance.
Am I still detained?
No, I'm releasing you.
Okay.
Yes, you're detained. I need to obtain your details, please.
So, what, you've released me, but I'm re-detained, or? Can you say what section am I detained under, or no? Am I detained still, yes?
I would have to obtain your details if that's all right with you.
Under which section? If I was you, I'd just leave it there. I'll happily talk, but I wouldn't re-detain me if I was you. That's my advice. It's up to you what you do. I'm not running away.
Are you happy to stay and provide the details?
I'm happy to stay and talk. No details. Hello.
You got, mate?
The officer first tells DJ he isn't detained, then almost immediately changes her position and says she now needs his details, That's a significant shift because they should be able to clearly explain the legal power they're relying on. DJ repeatedly asks a straightforward question: under what section am I detained? Yet instead of identifying the legislation or explaining why his details are required, he's met with silence. That's deeply concerning. Police powers don't exist simply because an officer wants information. They must be exercised under a recognized legal authority and be capable of being explained there and then. If an officer cannot identify the power they're using when directly asked, it inevitably raises the question of whether that power existed in the first place.
Do I have to show you?
Well, technically we have the power to search if we wanted, but I'm trying to...
Power to search or power to examine the drone?
Both
I
actually.
don't think you've got power to search because I'm no longer detained, but you do have power to examine the drone.
I'm trying to explain it.
Go on.
Okay, it's just what make is it?
Well,
Make a model.
if I have to, tell me and I'll show you.
I'm making it so that I'm trying to avoid having to do further inquiries, because if it's over a certain weight...
Yes. Would you like to know the weight of the drone?
What weight is it you got?
249 gram.
Right. That's fine. No,
Yeah.
okay. I know exactly about type, and yes, he's licensed to. He doesn't need a license to fly that one.
That's fine.
Right,
I
which is
wasn't
fine.
there, was I? I just came out.
6741. You've been very reasonable. Why has your colleague come out to handcuff me? Can I ask?
Okay. At the moment, I can't comment because I don't know because I wasn't here.
Okay. Can you explain why you did that?
I am
or not?
wary of people doing hostile surveillance.
Yeah.
Surveillance.
But what crime did you suspect me of committing with the drone? And I just, for my own knowledge, so I don't do it again.
Right, there's certain offences. One is that you can't fly within 50 metres of the person. That's part of the legislation.
Not that drone, right?
No, any drone you shouldn't be able to fly within 50 metres.
249 you can.
Yeah, no, within 50 metres it's any drone. You
No,
don't
over
need to have a license.
over 250 gram it is.
No, any line.
I can show you if you want.
No, it's okay.
One officer confidently claims they have the power to search and inspect the drone, yet never identifies the legislation giving them that authority even after a DJ repeatedly asks. If DJ is no longer detained and no other statutory power is being relied upon that a mission matters, the other officer claims a 249G drone cannot be flown within 50 metres of people. That is not a blanket rule for drones in the open, are one category under the UK Civil Aviation Authority framework, which allows these lighter drones to be flown much closer to uninvolved people than heavier aircraft. When DJ offers to show the officer the guidance, he refuses to look at it. Yeah, and that says a lot. If you're enforcing restrictions on the public, you should be willing to check whether your understanding of the law is actually correct before insisting someone else is wrong.
But at the moment, I'm quite happy you don't need a licence for that one, sir. We don't need to take you further. With being seen, that's the type, we don't need to seize it or anything like that. What we would say is just be mindful of doing things like that.
You mean like explain to your colleagues earlier what I was doing?
Yeah.
I've done that.
I said, no, I'm just saying this. I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong.
It's not a case
What
of
we're
that.
turning
If our
around and
colleagues
saying
haven't
is-
told us, look,
Blind
we're here.
drone-
Is that my issue?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's your issue.
Right.
But if we're not being informed of something, we have to react the way we have to react.
You could get an
That makes
officer.
sense.
You haven't reacted badly.
If that makes sense to you.
You came out very panicked. I was calm. You came out and you've made me irate, thinking, what the hell's going on?
To
Right?
explain one thing which
It's
has
my
been
job to
happening is-
act.
yeah.
It's my job to act.
Were the handcuffs necessary?
At the moment, we
That
have
was my
the-
perception.
I'll explain to you. At the moment, we've got offenders in the rear yard. Right? People try to get them to escape or help them escape. Right? There's an ongoing incident going on in there where we have got people. Right? And
Is your yard secure?
right,
I presume it is, yeah?
people have got over it before.
That's not good, mate.
I know.
That's not good.
I said we.
You mean out
The prisoner.
or in?
You
Yeah, they do
drone.
both.
They suggest this all happened because their colleagues failed to pass information on, but that's an internal communication problem, not something DJ should be handcuffed over. The female officer repeatedly says it was her job to act, but that's only half the story. An officer's duty isn't simply to act, it's to act lawfully, reasonably and proportionately. Acting first and working out the legal basis afterwards is exactly what police powers are designed to prevent. The justification then shifts yet again to people escaping over barriers in the past, as though previous incidents somehow justify treating DJ as a suspect. That's not how the law works. Police decisions must be based on the individual's own conduct and the officer's reasonable grounds at the time, not on what somebody else may have done on another day.
Drone was directly
Over the years.
above me, and I stood with the prisoner in the van.
You're in the middle, were you? Or the middle?
And your drone was above me at approximately 50 meters height.
It was lower than that. 30 metres.
Okay.
I'm allowed to do that though.
The prisoner who I stood with said, I do not wish to be filmed by anyone, and I'll give my permission. Could you ensure that my privacy is respected?
That's unfortunate, isn't it? Because...
Well, he's a suspect at the moment.
Okay.
But we're worried
he's
that
a
someone...
suspect.
Are you telling me you care about his privacy?
Yes, I do.
You're going to go in there, you're going to fingerprint him, take his photo, probably tell the media about the arrest. It happens. You don't care about his privacy, do you? Come on. You care about the drone being up. But it's legal, unfortunately.
Yeah,
And
we're
that's
happy
your
it's
opinion,
legal.
what I care about.
Okay, it's legal. We'll leave it to you, sir. But what we would be saying is, if you do fly something like over that, not every officer knows. And so you might be asked to account for what's going on.
I've got no issue with that.
Yeah.
I've got the issue of being handcuffed. Had you came out and just say, stay here, all right, overreaction, but fine. I wouldn't have run away. Handcuffs.
If you have issue with that, then you are quite welcome within your right to...
If the issue was really the prisoner being recorded, the officer could have positioned herself differently, moved the prisoner, or simply asked what DJ was capturing before going straight in heavy. Instead, she treated the drone like a threat first and built the explanation afterwards. DJ's point makes it even worse. Police can process suspects, take custody images and fingerprints where the law allows, and arrest can become part of public court proceedings. So pretending this was suddenly about protecting dignity feels selective at best. It comes across like she's reaching for a softer sounding reason because the original reaction looks too extreme to defend on its own.
Did you actually detain me for when you handcuffed me at that point? I know you re-undetained me, but what was it actually for at that point? Just so I know for my record, when I report it, what section of the law did you actually put them on for at that point? You know what I mean? You detained me, but didn't search, but you were going to, presumably.
Yeah. She has the power to search you under the, I can't think exactly what, it's the, not maritime, it's the air law. They brought it out in 2016, but we have the power to stop and search people using drone if we think that they are breaking the law. Right? Under that power, she has the power.
I've never heard of that one before, mate.
Yeah, it's strange enough, I've just checked, it's on the line.
You can do the terrorism act if you want to try that,
No, it actually says that she has the power to stop and search you if she thinks that you're breaking some of the air rules. Right? I think
what,
it's
by flying?
2016.
By flying?
Yeah, within 50
Like what
metres
you
of
said
people,
earlier,
That's wrong, that is.
yeah.
It's not within
As in,
50
that's what it says online.
Like I said earlier,
Physically checked it.
Yeah. That drone, that 249 gram, can fly as close to people or buildings as I like.
Yeah. I said,
That's the law.
But we don't know it's 249 grams, do we?
we can't look at the drone.
But you come out and you say, get the drone down, which you're entitled to do, ground it. Can I check the weight?
That's the power that she's gone and searched you under. It's under that section, right? She has the power to stop and search you. If you have an issue with that, you are more than happy to report it to the Western.
DJ simply wants to know what section he was detained under so he can properly challenge it afterwards. But the officer who detained him never identifies it. Another officer then says he just looked up an aviation law before coming out and suggests it gives police the power to stop and search someone they think is breaking the law. Even if he was referring to the Air Navigation Order 2016, that legislation governs the operation of aircraft, including drones. It is not by itself a general police stop and search power. If officers are relying on another statutory power, they should be able to identify the specific section and explain why it applies. Telling someone you've looked it up moments earlier only reinforces the impression that the legal justification is being searched for after the detention rather than before it.
Before you go,
Yeah.
can you radio through if you need to and get the exact quotation of that maritime?
They won't have a clue because I've just looked it up on Google. If you look under that...
Can you do that for me now?
Officers reacted, so potentially it would be an issue. We need to clarify details. She's acted under her own discretion.
Would you have done the same? Would you have handcuffed me?
Next time, perhaps, suspicion of crime will be there. I'll walk casually, with no rush.
My advice would to be run out if you need to, but when you can see I'm clearly not running away and I'm clearly not going to try and tackle you.
Just a short distance from me, wait for the gates to open and see you there.
Film that. If you think a drone could be connected to an offence, we can make you land the drone, stop and search people or vehicles to find drones or drone equipment.
Yeah.
But that doesn't state the section of the
Well,
law.
you can find
That's
the
Google.
code and find it yourself.
So
And
Part 3 of the Air Traffic Management and Unmanned Aircraft Act of 2021.
If we think the drone could be connected to an offence.
Yeah, which means that if it's over 250 grams and we think that you need a licence,
When the officer is asked to radio through for the exact legislation, another officer openly admits there's no point because they won't have a clue and says he just Googled it before coming outside. That's an astonishing admission. Police officers aren't expected to memorize every act of Parliament, but if they're detaining someone and claiming to have a specific power, they should already know the legal basis. He eventually produces the Air Traffic Management and Unmanned Aircraft Act 2021, yet still can't identify the actual provision that authorized what had happened. Simply showing the title of an act isn't the same as explaining the power you're exercising. Then for the officer who started all this to tell DJ to look it up yourself, completely misses the point. The responsibility isn't on the public to research police powers after being detained.
So you come out, you check, and if that's the case, if the drone's heavier, then you detain me and search.
Okay.
You don't come out and detain and then check.
That's how
You can detain, then check. We need to detain you, then check it. Then yes, we can detain, then check.
No, but you've got a right under Schedule 8 of that act to come out, ground the drone, examine the drone. You've got the right to do that without any detainment. Come out, do that, and if it's over, then go further, right?
We go madness, yeah. Because if you want to make a
No, we're not.
complaint, you can complain to the West Midlands Police, but unfortunately we haven't.
You know you overreacted, right? You know that, right?
Okay,
I know
we'll
I
leave
did
it
not
with you.
overreacted, but I know this is a provoked stunt, so I'm happy to be on your show. Please make a claim, complaint with the West Midlands Police.
I won't make a complaint with you guys, I'll make a civil claim with the lawyer.
Absolutely, yes.
It's fine, you're more than welcome to do that.
You are in.
Had you not put the handcuffs on, I did give you the opportunity to not do it.
Anything else you require from me?
Shoulder number 22384.
834.
Yeah. All right. Have a nice day.
Have a good day
Enjoy the rest of
too.
your day.
Thank you
Take
for your
care,
time.